Hey there, I'm Alan Firstenberg.
And I'm Mark Tucker. Welcome to Two Voice Devs.
Two Voice Devs. Happy Thanksgiving, Mark.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Alan. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody that's listening to our
And to
podcast today.
everybody out there. Yeah, it's interesting. This has been our tradition now since we started it. And I feel like it's important, even at times when it kind of feels tough sometimes, to really feel thankful.
Yeah, so sometimes things are challenges in life, just maybe general things that are going on. It could be things with work or personal life, whatever. Sometimes it's more challenging than others. It's always good to focus on things that you're grateful for, but sometimes that's harder than other times.
It is harder. I was, for those of you that don't know, I was away for the past couple of weeks. And in the middle of this trip, I'm feeling incredibly down. And it's hard because on one hand I'm getting a lot of positive messages and I'm doing exciting stuff. And on the other hand, I'm just, feeling kind of, well, yeah. But, sometimes you just need to keep moving on and adapt with the change and look at the bright side and not ignore the dark side, but just somehow work through it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to sugarcoat things or pretend like things are fine when things aren't fine. Definitely reach out to the resources that you have. Talk with people that you can trust as you need it. But sometimes it does just help to, even if you just focus on the small circle of those things that are most important to you and the things that you're most grateful for. Um, and we're going to spend a couple minutes and just do that today.
Yeah, it's I was kind of thinking about it as we were talking about and planning what we wanted to talk about this time. And I kind of reflected on the fact that when we started this, we were, it was about developing for Alexa, developing for
Mhm.
Google Assistant. And kind of in the middle there as things were changing, we were really floundering and trying to figure out what were we going to do and did we want to keep doing the show?
Right.
I think there probably, not a month goes by that we don't also keep wondering whether we're going to keep doing the show. But, I think what was valuable was the fact that we had people who were out there in the community, and there are way too many of you to name, so
Right.
I apologize in advance. But if I tried to name everyone, we'd miss names. Um,
But hopefully you guys know who you are. The
yeah,
people that have reached out to us on social media and other things, people we've known at conferences or just people
and
that
and
we work with. Just hopefully that you know that we recognize the importance that you are in our lives and how you've
right,
helped us, and just want to say thanks.
and people who are brand new, who we meet at conferences for the first time and had never
Yeah.
heard of the podcast before, or are talking to us for the first time, or will send us a message saying just heard your show, that was fantastic. I feel like those are the things that really did. Certainly, they were part of what kept me going.
Yeah.
And I really am grateful for everyone out there who did that, who helped.
Yeah, I also want to take a couple of minutes and just say how thankful I am to my family.
Oh well.
They are definitely a rock for me, and um, I've been married for over 30 years now, and it sometimes it's been ups and downs as well, but just feeling like I'm hitting a stride where the relationship is continuing to grow, and just really appreciate that. Appreciate my adult children, the things that they're doing, things that they're sharing with me, how they're progressing in their lives. So, just the first shout out to my family.
No, and I agree. My family has been absolutely wonderful throughout all of this. My family, my closest friends, will sometimes will say to me, I saw the show, and I'm like, why in the world are you watching this show? You are not a developer. But they watch the show, and every so often they get bits of it that they understand, or they'll ask me a question about they've heard all of this AI stuff, and they'll ask me a question, and that inspires some of the things that we talk about. So I very much appreciate them both for how they've kind of boosted me along with the show, and just how in general they support me. And, just appreciate the fact that I spend time editing this instead of spending time with them or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So also I want to shout out to, I feel like I'm on a really good team where I'm working, and we complement each other well. We each have different strengths, and we, are pushing every day to deliver quality work and to work together as a team. And just really appreciate the people that I work with. And I've been where I'm at right now for 4 years now, and just appreciate the things that I've been able to do and learn over these last years.
I'm very thankful for my boss, who I've worked for him now for 20 some odd years, and I have known him for 35 or so years. And he's been a good friend and a good mentor and a good boss. And he's supported me in this crazy, assistant AI world exploration, this almost hobby of mine. And I really appreciate him. I appreciate the rest of my coworkers who put up with some of my weirdness at times. Um, it's these are some of the best people I've ever had to work with, and I feel very privileged to work with them. And at the same time, I also feel very privileged to, as a GDE, to be connected with some amazing people at Google and some amazing people at other AI companies and doing other AI work. It's been, you know, really wonderful knowing them and wonderful working with them and seeing the work that they're doing and what, just it's been a year. It's been an amazing year, and we haven't been able to cover a fraction of it. And I know
Yes.
we haven't, and I so wish we could cover more. But it's been really exciting seeing what the industry as a whole is doing, and that means there are people out there that are doing that amazing work. And I know some of you listen, and I know some of you send feedback, and it's always appreciated. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And besides like expressing gratitude specifically for people, I'm grateful for the career I have,
Yeah.
for something that fits me so well. The fact that I get to analyze problems and break them down and figure out solutions, and the fact that I get to learn something. When I went to college, my required programming class was COBOL, and I did an internship with that. I decided I wanted to do more Windows and like Windows Server type application development. Got to get involved with the web and the beginnings of .NET and you know JavaScript and Node.js, and do server side and front end and full stack and database and voice and AI, and just the things that I that I'm pushed to learn every year, just new stuff, and then be able to work with others who are learning technology as well, and getting to encourage them and mentor them as they're on their journey, and kind of share some of the things that I've learned, and just really grateful that I get to use a lot of different talents and skills that I've developed over the years, and get to work doing that.
I feel really privileged to be not specifically in this career, but in a career that I love, that even on its dull days challenges me.
Mhm.
Um, that I felt like I've wanted to do this since I was a teenager, and I'm really really thankful that my parents supported me in that then, and we've talked about this before. That my parents supported me then, um, and that it ended up being something that I really did enjoy. I know there are lots of people that are in careers they thought they would love and they didn't, or never quite found the thing that was the right thing for them, or they have a job and it's wonderful that we have jobs, but it's not a fulfilling job.
Yeah.
I feel incredibly fortunate and thankful that my job is one that I find personally fulfilling,
Yeah.
and challenging. The number of things, as you said, the number of things I've had to learn in my time in this career, never mind in the past 2 years,
Yeah.
it's amazing. And sometimes I don't know how I keep up with it, and other times I'm I can't imagine what my career would be like without that change.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it definitely keeps things interesting, keeps things challenging, keeps it fun. Um,
Yeah, for some definition of fun. No, but you're right. I mean, it is. I can't imagine what my job would be like if if it was the same thing that never changed. I can't.
yeah,
And that's me. There are people that do love
yeah,
that, and I hope they find the jobs that fulfill them as well.
yeah. And it's exciting to see, new technologies, come and sometimes go, and see people learning new things, and
I have a feeling we'll be talking some about stuff going in
yeah.
the next few weeks and months.
I've got a couple of things on my list of things that we should talk about in the upcoming episode. But before we conclude this episode, Alan, just want to say thanks to you. Thanks for kind of partially pushing for us to do this little experiment at the beginning, and also just to be right next to me as we figured it out, and as we figure out things to talk about on a weekly basis, and just get to chat. Not only during the episode, but before or after, on just how things are going with ourselves personally. So, just really appreciate your friendship and your partnership here on this podcast.
And I really appreciate you as well, Mark. It's wonderful having somebody that I know that I can reach out to at times, that I know is part of my support network,
Yeah,
and that's both professional support and personal support. And it's been great having you there. It's been great having the conversations that we have both on and off the air. And I want to take this moment also to thank all of the other guest hosts
yes,
that we've had this year, and we've had quite a few. And it has been great in two ways. One, because we do bring that diversity into it. We like having your voice, the multitude of voices out there. We want to have more guest hosts in the future. We're planning on it. We're working on it to represent the wide diversity of who a programmer is.
yeah,
But also, and not least of which, because it gives Mark or I a break every so often. And sometimes we need that break. So it's great to be able to have people who are fantastic people in their own right, just wonderful people to work with in every case, be able to come in and talk about what's going on in their world. So thanks to all of you for stepping in as guest hosts as well.
yeah. And if you're watching this or listening to this, and you feel like you've got something to say that you want to share, reach out to us, and we'll see about getting you on an episode. Also, just if you need somebody to bounce an idea off of, or just know that there's somebody else here that's maybe been through some of the same things that you've been through, or that are going through currently, however that may be, just reach out to us on social media. We'd love to, you know, give a couple of ideas, or even just to listen a little bit if that's all that you need.
So thank you everyone for joining us on this wild journey, and may the next year be good for you.
Yes. Yep. And wishing you personally the best in all that you do.
From all of us here at Two Voice Devs.
Two Voice Steps. Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, Ellen.
Thank you, Mark.